Hello and welcome to the 29th...
Eighth.
Fuck. That's the first time I've messed that up.
That is the first time you messed that up. You useless fuck. It's time to get the fuck out. Get the fuck out now.
This is my house, bro.
Get the fuck
I'm
out.
gonna drag you behind my truck with a rope.
I'm gonna fucking break your neck. Like,
Okay.
get the fuck over it, bro. You have one line. You had one line to say,
Yeah.
and you already messed it up. It's been, what, 12 seconds, and you've already messed it up.
Hello and welcome to the 28th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast.
Alright.
I'm your host. Hello and welcome to the 29th installment.
It's the 28th! He's never messed up an intro.
I'm
ever.
doing it twice now. Hello and welcome to the 28th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, along with our co-host, Jordan.
What's up?
Jordan, where can you find us? Where's our links, Jordan?
Well, actually, slight announcement here. You can find us on more platforms now.
God damn! Like what? What platforms?
Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Public, hopefully Apple Podcasts. We're still waiting approval. Hopefully. And of course, the usual Spotify and YouTube, and we have an RSS feed. Now, for those of you listening, very shortly, we should be merging our Spotify accounts between our old RSS and our new RSS. Nothing should change for listeners, except for the fact the RSS feed is different. So if you do listen into your favorite podcasting app, please check out in the description of this production, this episode.
This one on...
there is a new RSS feed.
Yeah, we are going to go back at some point and change all the links, just in case.
Yeah.
But that is... there's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, a lot of episodes. There's a new RSS to import, but if you are listening on, Spotify, that shouldn't change. That they should merge the two accounts.
And if you're a fan of Google Podcasts,
Google Podcast, Breaker, Radio Republic, Pocket Cast, which is the podcasting app I personally use.
So if you like any of those things, you can find us there natively. You don't have to import shit.
Just search the Synapse Misfire Podcast. So we're growing day by day.
Yep, we're growing.
Yeah, speaking of growing, we grew a fucking tumor, a third tumor.
Yeah, we have a guest, a very special guest, the legendary, the man, the myth, the legend, Alex.
What up, guys? It's your boy Alex. It's been quite a while since they announced that maybe one day I'd be here, and now I'm finally here. I know I've been trying to do this for a while, but I have been busy, and I was in the neighborhood, so here I am.
We
only had to pay him.
In the neighborhood, meaning you were like, my car's fucked up. Can you look at it?
Exactly, yes. That is the exact reason.
Yeah, so essentially, right, we wanted Alex's help on producing a show. And Alex was like, no, fuck you guys. But then he was like, ooh, my car no worky. So then me and Chris were like, yeah, we'll look at it. And then I said, so I held him up against the wall, right?
Yeah, it was very sexual, actually. I kind of really liked it.
Yeah, you held him up against the wall. You got awfully soft lips, boy.
Chris walked up behind me with a tire iron and said, and kneecaps, just some soft ass kneecaps, boy.
Yeah, that was a little bit more convincing, I would say, than Jordan.
No, what I did is because Jordan, Alex, and I, we're all coworkers. But Alex and I work in the same room, so I says to him, hey, I grabbed him by the shirt and I says to him, I pinned him to the table and I says to him, I grabbed an X-Acto knife and I held it to his throat and I said, you're coming to my house to be on our show. And he goes, okay, my car brokey.
Yeah, it was like the perfect excuse.
You're announcing that you threatened him at X-Acto knife point, and his boss and our boss listens to this.
Fuck.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, for legitimate reasons, that was a joke. There's not that much shenanigans in that room.
No.
There's more.
There's a little bit of shenanigans,
yes.
I'll admit. But not that many shenanigans.
Not that many. Just a smidge of shenanigans.
Just a smidge of shenanigans, because Alex is there about twice a week.
Yeah, I'm not there very often.
So.
Yeah, useless fuck.
Yeah, you ain't
busy.
Idiot.
Busy.
Yeah.
Idiot.
It really
Savage.
like
idiot.
That.
Busy with no brake pads.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get into that.
And
at
no
some point.
tires.
Yeah.
So,
only one of them. The other three are good.
So, Chris, I usually ask you how you've been doing, but honestly, I don't care. Alex, how you been doing?
I've been doing pretty good. I've been very busy these past few weeks, as you guys have known, because I haven't been able to come on the podcast. School and shit. It just be like that. But I had a little bit of a break in my schedule. 2, I had no choice to have a break in my schedule because my car was making a funny noise. So I was like, hey, car brokey, come fix. And instead of them come fix, I went them, and then they fixed
so
me.
obviously he brought it to the two The two experts.
Yes.
The
two most reputable people I know to fix my car.
Two experts, and by that he means I mean me and Jordan. We count as about half an expert, and then my dad counts as the other 1.5 experts.
Yeah, basically. So we took it apart. Don't tell Alex, but I did disconnect his brake lines.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So he should have that to look forward. I forgot he was here. See, that's how often he's here.
What I did actually is I took off his brake line and I slurped out all his brake fluid.
I'm sure that'll be more disastrous for you than it will be for me, but sure.
We'll both be dead at the end of the day.
Nah.
See you in hell, fucker.
Okay.
So yeah, Alex has been a busy man, and then I guess we'll talk about what Chris has been up to. Again, not super interesting, but what have you been up to, Chris?
Yeah, I've just been existing, really. To be honest with you, my weeks have been so fucking boring lately.
Really?
I go to class. By going to class, I mean I log on to the computer, and I'd be like, "Yo, I'm in class now," and then I don't do anything, and then I do all my homework, and then that's it, really. I go to my lab class. I almost got fucking nailed by a UPS truck going to my lab class the other day.
Oh, if only.
If only.
So, the way I go, there's a street that you go, because I have to go to the parking garage. There's a street that you go, and then there's a light, and then you go through the light and down, and then you go to the parking garage.
Yeah.
So, I get to the light. The light's green, so like you do, I go through the light because it's green.
Yeah.
And a UPS truck ran the red.
Oh.
And
I mean, I'll be honest. He may have had my package on board. If that's the case, then it's okay.
Yeah.
Fuck your package. You almost nailed my car.
Good.
His package is worth more than your life is to me and him.
Yeah, but is it worth more than my car?
That's irrelevant.
Probably. Yeah, actually.
Your package is worth like 15 grand?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you ordering?
Frozen bodies.
Oh, okay.
20 pounds of solid gold.
Holy shit.
That's more than 15 grand.
Yeah.
That's like 15 million.
Hey, Jordan's a busy man.
Yeah, I'm making money moves, baby.
So
yeah, you almost died.
I almost got fucking nailed by a UPS truck, and I was so mad. I was so fucking mad. I was driving, and I still had that last, 500, 600 feet till I got to the parking garage. Because you have to do a weird thing. You have to turn left and then go, an inch down a street and then turn left again.
Basically a U-turn.
Essentially, but it's... The second left is a different street.
Yeah.
It's weird. Because that street's a one-way, so you can't go down the other way.
Yeah.
But I basically was in my car, and... I was already just livid. I was yelling and I was swearing and screaming at this guy. And I rolled down my window while I was mid freak out, and I forgot my window was around, and it's a university area, so it's a highly trafficked area with pedestrians. So there are people on the sidewalk, and I had my window rolled down. I go, I had a fucking green light. That's fucking bullshit.
Oh, that'd be so funny if I saw you or somebody else, driving down a street and then just yelling about that. That'd be great.
I was so mad. And then I did that. I was like, oh, what's wrong, bud? Oh, he's just licking. My cat is being extra weird today.
Yeah, he was laying there, and then he all of a sudden just got up on 3 feet and stared at his stomach.
He's like, is there another roll here?
Yeah.
So we've been busy boys today.
Have we? I don't remember. Yeah.
Honestly, I try not to remember.
I slurped too much of that brake fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been busy boys. Us, me and Jordan, not Alex.
Yeah, I didn't do shit. I just kind of stood there and watched.
Alex, he was our gracious cameraman. We did a new video. I put speakers in my truck.
Yeah, and actually, it went pretty fucking good.
That was actually I was expecting to run into more problems because I had never done that before, and I've never, I don't know how to do speakers in a truck.
Yeah.
So...
It was surprisingly easy.
It was actually very easy.
I thought it'd be more difficult.
So...
Even the mounting, we ran into the mounting issue where the second speaker didn't fit, but it was so easily
Well,
remedied.
here's the thing, right? They actually do make, that I didn't buy, they make brackets that... mount to the speaker.
Hell, at that point, it's more work than what we did to do.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, we just made new holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about it too much because it's gonna be a video.
Yep.
Look out
we
for
did
that.
one yesterday.
Yesterday, so it'll be almost a week ago. We uploaded our radio part 1, baby.
So yes, by yesterday, I mean it was yesterday for us, but for you it was 4 days ago.
It was
5
Friday,
days ago?
the 12th of November.
November.
It's not November. It's February.
Holy shit, we just skipped a long period of time.
I went back in time. Okay.
How long have I been here?
It came back.
It was in February.
February 12th. Came out February 12th. It is now the 13th.
Yeah.
One day off Valentine's Day.
That's why I asked Alex about his lips, but he said he didn't want to be my Valentine.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
there was no. I was gonna say there's no mistletoe, but that's Christmas.
You sip shit.
Cupid didn't shoot him in his asshole with an arrow.
Yeah, that you know of.
Finish your sentence, please.
Huh?
Finish your sentence. I keep interrupting you. I do apologize.
I forgot my sentence now. But yeah,
radio.
so we did it. We uploaded the video the 12th. So not next Friday, the Friday after you'll get this video.
Correct. Yeah.
So
It'll be a good one.
episode 29, which is not this episode. I tried to intro it as 29 like twice.
Yeah.
It's the first time I fucked up the intro. True. I don't know if Jordan's gonna keep it when he edits this.
Probably.
But this is the first time I fucked up the intro. I basically, this is 28. Next week is 29. 2 days after 29 goes up, that's when you're gonna get the episode.
Yep.
Or the new Synapse Misfire IRL, which is kind of a working title. I didn't even ask Jordan how he feels about it. How do you feel about the title, Jordan? Synapse Misfire IRL.
I mean, I think if we sit down and think about it,
because
there's probably a better name, but for now,
because I don't want to do Synapse Misfire vlog because that's kind of gay. But
I thought the same thing.
But you did a Synapse Misfire production in the thumbnail.
Yeah,
that makes it sound high quality.
Well, I was thinking that's not.
It was pretty high quality.
No, yeah. I think. How about Synapse Misfire short films? And then we keep that ongoing bit with the Synapse Misfire production.
Short films.
We're gonna need to make a production company now.
That's super fucking pretentious.
I say we as if I'm part of this podcast and not just a guest today.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Isn't that the meme though? Like it's a short film, you know?
That's true.
We can decide on it, but I think something like that.
But I think every real life video we should do should have a Synapse Misfire production.
Well, that was my plan. That was my plan. It's always going to be there at the bottom.
Okay.
So that's why I'm thinking something like short film, or even if you want to keep it IRL, that's fine.
I like IRL. I think it fits.
I think it fits, but it's just like it doesn't roll off the tongue. I feel like I don't know.
I thought it kind of did.
I don't know.
Because I do. I've been trying to think about how I want to do more stuff on my channel, because I upload. I think YouTube said my last video was like 105 days ago.
Pretty consistent schedule.
So, yeah, that's
it's over 3 months.
So I want to do stuff more consistently, and I did a video called. It was like a sub-series thing called A Vlog, I guess, and I liked that. Even though it's like clunky, but it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Depends how you look at it, I guess. So IRL does kind of fit in that context where it's clunky, but it makes sense with the tone and the shit that's happening.
Yeah. So other than that, well, we did an oil change on my truck. We did film it, but it wasn't like something I wanted to make a video.
Yeah, it's something that maybe we could throw in like a compilation or something at the end of the year, just like a random couple clips or something.
What we ended up doing was, I was like, I just want to blitz through this. And a lot of it was just me underneath the truck trying to get the drain plug loose.
Yeah.
I had to legitimately put a breaker bar on the drain plug.
Yeah.
Well, you also tightened it a little bit too while you were under there.
I did.
I'm sure that didn't help.
When I first got the breaker bar on, I pulled it and I was like, "Oh, I'm tightening it." So I did tighten it about a quarter turn with the breaker bar.
God damn, that thing must have been so tight after then.
Yeah, because I saw him turning it. I was like, "Hey, Chris, are you sure that's turning the right way?" And he goes, "Oh no, it's actually not. I'm tightening it."
It just shears. He's like, "Oh no, that was the wrong way."
Yeah,
that would have been a fucking nightmare.
If that sheared, you get a new oil pan.
I just would have sold the truck. I just would have gotten rid of it.
It shears off. He just pops. Just no hesitance. Just takes out his phone. Goes on Facebook Marketplace, posts.
Yeah.
I would have just called in a fucking orbital strike on the truck.
Taking a screwdriver to the oil pan. Right. There's your new hole.
But we did the very tedious, boring oil change.
We did the oil change. It was the only thing eventful that happened is Jordan undid the oil filter.
Jordan had a little bit of a mishap,
and it
had a misfire,
and it went all over his hand because I was trying to convince him. I was trying to say. I said to him, hey, when you do an oil filter, typically they're hand tight, and then you do another quarter turn. Yeah. So you can hand untighten them, and he goes, nah, you can't, it's impossible. And then I go, all right, try it. And he did, and he was able to untighten it with his hand.
Well, in fairness, I didn't say impossible. I said of any car I've ever worked on, I've never seen it like that. I do the hand tighten.
No, you were like, impossible. Chris, you're an idiot. I hate you.
Okay. Oh, shit, I forgot it was on film. He heard it. No. But in seriousness, I've never seen a car. Yeah, you do the, hand tighten, quarter turn, but it doesn't just unscrew off. I've never had that happen before.
But then
it all it all leaked out.
What was even better though, instead of just turning it and seeing that it was loose, you just kept turning it.
Well, because I was enamored. I was like, what the fuck? And then it just all started.
My initial plan was for my initial idea. We're a bit hot on the audio.
I'll drop it.
My initial plan, well, not clipping, so it's fine. My initial idea was to say, Jordan, or what I was implying, which I figured was what you were going for, but then you got confused. You had a little fucking
misfire.
Short.
I had a misfire.
Synapse Misfire.
I was like, try it, because I thought what he was going to do was like, oh, it turns. Okay, it's fine, and then retighten it.
Yeah, I turned it. Literally, exactly what went on in my head was, you said it's whatever, hand tighten, and I said, all right, let me check. And I got in there. I turned it a little bit, and then I was like, oh, what the fuck? So I reached over. You have a bar that runs across in there, and I had my hand like this.
Every fucking auto manufacturer puts something in the way of either the oil filter or the drain pan.
It can never be easy.
So then I reached around the bar and started turning it, and I'm like, wait, this is loose. And the whole time,
you gave her the old reach around.
There was, there was like, imagine two neurons heading towards each other, and
they completely missed.
And they're going towards each other, and I'm like unscrewing it, like, wow, this is weird. And then I saw the first drop of oil, and then they hit each other.
Yeah.
And I went,
that thing started,
and I started turning it back. Alex watched me turn it, and there was just oil everywhere in a matter of seconds, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it probably was, I don't know, maybe half a quart of oil.
What didn't click was, I'm thinking, as I'm unscrewing this, I'm like, I've never seen them loose like this. This has to be a cap. That's exactly what I was thinking in that moment. This is a cap. If I take this off, the filter's going to be behind it in another canister.
Turns out it wasn't.
I turned it, and all the oil started coming in. That's when the neurons collided.
It was actually the same exact filter that I bought for
same brand. That was interesting.
A Wix oil filter. Because I didn't even know, because I went to O'Reilly's. I went to the auto parts store.
O'Reilly's? We didn't get copywritten.
Probably.
O'Reilly's.
They're just gonna come in here and just shoot us all.
Yeah. You just hear, we just get gunned down.
Yeah. I went,
silence.
I went to O'Reilly's and I said, hey, I need an oil filter for my truck. And he asked me, he's like, oh, we got two, which one do you want? I said, just give me whatever one's the most expensive. because it was a difference between, he goes, well, one's $5, one's $8, so it's probably not going to be that different. So it was a difference between $5 and $8, and I got the $8 one.
Yeah. And it looked like a nice oil filter, so.
I mean, it just looked like a black can. I don't know how much.
No, the actual labeling on it was nice.
Yo, this black can looks very high quality.
You're gonna be in a black box if you keep running your fucking mouth.
All right, go ahead.
You know that oil? You're
gonna have a fist fight over this table.
I'm gonna make you slurp that oil. I'm gonna make you slurp it off my dick.
I'm gonna press you into oil.
I'm gonna
run you through a press.
Terrifying.
When you get your bearing replaced, I'm gonna put your head under and press it into the bearing. That's what I'm gonna do.
There's gonna be nothing left.
I'm just gonna take off your tire and then take your bearing off.
Make you eat it.
I want to get my bearing puller. I want to buy one specifically for it.
Put a bearing puller, but put it on my neck.
So no. It was I was thinking hub. I was thinking of a hub puller.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you could have a bearing puller too.
I'm thinking of one of those things that's like three claws.
Normally that's a hub puller.
Yeah.
Normally what people do is they have they just take a big impact socket and just bang it out.
Is that a real thing?
Yes.
Never seen that either.
I've seen it done.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's awesome.
I haven't done it
because
and if I was doing bearings on like one of my cars or my truck or something, I would just bring it to a shop.
Because when I did the bearing on my car, all four of them, and then the fifth one because the fucking bearing was defective, it took like 18.5 tons of pressure to push that bearing out.
Well, I mean, you got to give it a lot of persuasion.
Yeah.
You got to get the you know.
Those shits are tight in there tight.
You got to get the.
They're like that on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that you could even take that out with a hammer.
You got to get the at least like a 6-pound sledgehammer.
If you're strong enough, I guess.
Right.
Put enough weight behind it.
Jason.
I saw
It's an easy way to miss and smash your whole fucking hut.
Oh yeah, you
No,
miss and just hit yourself in the shin, take your leg out.
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was a bearing he did. I was just say I think I've seen this guy Fuzzy Dice Projects. I think I've seen him do it before, but I don't think it was a bearing. It was something else.
Yeah.
I don't remember what, but it was something else.
Yeah, that he banged out. But yeah. So the car.
You want to start with that?
No, we did the sound system, right? We did
the speaker,
the oil,
speakers. We did the oil.
The oil.
We were gonna do spark plugs, but I was like, it's cold, and I don't wanna.
Yes,
yeah,
it is
oil,
very cold out.
Oil was very uneventful, minus that one shenanigan, and then Chris not being able to get the lug off. But
it was basically the only other entertaining thing that happened was I spent about 10 minutes separating the drain plug from the socket I used to get it off.
Yep, that was it.
Because it was like, I had to breaker bar it, so, you know, and then it was like, I'm gonna hermetically seal myself to the...
Yeah, like welded itself from the friction of
the breaker bar. It's like...
It like slipped once and then just welded it, yeah. So then we had to use a vise and bang it.
Yeah. So eventually...
But it was all successful, surprisingly.
Yeah, and it didn't take that long.
Yeah, and we...
Maybe like, half an hour?
And then we drove the truck, so it still runs. We drove the truck to get food, and then we ate food, and now we're here.
Yes. Anyway, about my car. So, I get to work, noise kind of fades, but it's still there. So, a few days later, which was today, as we're recording this, we brought it to Chris's house, and we took apart first, we brought it down his driveway so they could kind of listen to, like, where the noise was coming from. Turns out it's a back left
luckily
wheel.
Chris has like a fucking quarter-mile driveway.
Yes.
100 feet, man.
I know.
Come on, man.
It's not that long.
Not that long, but it's longer than average driveway.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
So
it's the only thing that's longer than average, bitch.
I was going to say, they call me longer than average, but yeah, I was
Jordan, shut that down.
Yeah.
Hey, you got nice wheels. Anyway.
Yeah, so... We figured out it was a back left wheel.
Restart to install the latest Windows updates. I have Windows updates to do.
Alright, show's done. We don't update Windows. Go ahead.
I can snooze it. Hang on.
Snooze that motherfucker.
Hey, fuck you, Windows.
What if Windows auto updated right now and deleted this entire episode?
I would kill myself.
Accidentally click restart now.
I would throw myself off a building.
So yeah, we take off the wheel. Jordan thought first it might have been the dust cover. And then we took the wheel off, jacked it up. We actually couldn't jack it up because the whole fucking bottom of it is plastic. So we had
modern engineering.
Yes, we had to put it on ramps.
Well, let's rephrase that. We could jack it up. It's just that our jack wouldn't fit to the place where it would be jacked up.
So his cross member for the rear axle was like fucking way past the trunk, right?
It was like
and everything else was plastic around
like
it.
under the rear seats is where the cross member sat. Really.
Yeah.
So what we did is we had him back it up on ramps, and then we jacked it up from there, from the cross member.
Yeah.
So it actually proved to work well.
Yeah, that did work fine. So we get the wheel off. It isn't the dust shield. We start spinning it. We're like, what the hell is making this noise? Jordan also thought maybe it's a bearing. But we came to the conclusion that it was my rear brakes because my rear brake on the back of the rotor is
metal.
Non-existent.
It's metal.
It is gone.
Yeah. There's no brake material.
No, it is just a steel pad.
So he's contemplating something right now.
Probably sees a spider or something.
Big chicken looking ass. Look at that dude.
Look at this dude.
Maybe. But yeah.
What are you looking at?
Luckily, Alex.
Hopefully it's just the brake.
Alex is like, hey, it's hopefully just the brake, and then his tires are just fucking dry rotted.
Only one of them.
He has his tire. We had his tire off to look at what was going on, because the initial thing was we're gonna spin the back wheels and see what happened. So we have this tire, and I'm like, holy shit, you need new tires, because I saw that it was completely bald. And then I look on the side, and it's all cracked.
Yeah. Funny enough, I just thought of this. I actually did look at my tires a few weeks ago, but I only briefly looked at the front. I didn't look at the back. Because I was just walking out to my car to leave. I was like, oh, let me just look at my tires.
Yeah.
Didn't look at the back, though.
Yeah, probably should have.
Big-ass off-road tires like my truck.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking maybe I should get some
car.
summer and winter tires. That's probably going to be a lot of money to do all at once, though.
Yeah, but you have a newer car as well, so it ends up being worth it in the end.
Yeah, but how much do you think that's like?
Well, then you need, if you wanted...
Like $1,000 maybe?
If you wanted 2 sets of tires, if you wanted them to be quickly interchangeable, you would need another set of rims.
That is true. I didn't think of that.
And,
oh my god,
yeah.
that would cost a lot.
Well, the good news is you would need essentially like 4 summer tires and 2 winter tires, because you don't need winter tires for your rear on your car.
Yeah, but then it looks stupid.
You don't look stupid. Who cares?
I don't care what my car looks
Says the motherfucker, right? It would look stupid. Who told me just to stick the fucking speaker in the door and not do anything else.
Yeah.
Just stick it in there.
Not make it look nice.
Just fuck.
Now line it up.
Here's the thing,
It's
right?
not visible.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let me explain this.
Just fucking do.
We had an argument about how to put the speaker in the door.
We didn't have an argument. We had a debate. We were discussing.
We had a fist fight.
I was discussing your
full-on brawl.
I wanted your opinion because it's your truck.
I said I don't give a shit, and now you're giving me shit about it.
Well, just because you're giving Alan shit.
No, because no, right? Your wheels, and your speakers are 2 different things.
But are we talking about wheel tread or are we talking about rims?
Wheel tread.
Who the fuck cares about the tread?
If you look at the tread and you have 2 front fucking off-road tires in the front and 2 highway tires in the back, it's gonna look stupid, and you can see them. And you can see them, Jordan.
I forgot, Chris.
And you can see them.
I forgot, you're right. Every time I go to work, I go by every car and look at their wheel tread.
But you can see them. It's not gonna bother everyone else, but it's gonna bother me, right? My speaker in my door, it's in my door, Jordan, and you can't see it unless I have my door open and I'm looking at it. And even when I'm looking at it, I don't care.
So your argument is that he should spend more money for how other people feel? Or how you feel?
Yes. You need to cater to me, Alex.
I will simply pop your head like a grape under my wheel.
With the snow tread.
Yes.
I'm just saying, it would look stupid.
I will alright, I'll buy the 4 wheels so I can run you over with both sets.
Alright, let me rephrase this. I also don't think he should get insane off-road tires. Yes, snow tires. I'm not talking about fucking knobby Jeep tires, my dude.
I'm not talking about them
that
either,
distinguishable.
but they're entirely
fucking knobby Jeep tires.
They're entirely different. If you have 2 sets of tires on your car, and the one set in the front is a completely different tire than the set in the rear, it looks stupid.
If you get the same brand tire, but one is a snow tire and one is a winter tire, first of all, you shouldn't drive on snow tires in the summer, regardless.
Tell me I'll live my life. If I want to die, I'll die.
I'm simply telling you because they're softer when it's hotter and they can roll off. But
That's
anyway.
fine. Oh, shit.
Get bead lockers.
But if you get like a same brand tire, one that has a different tread pattern, that doesn't fucking matter.
I know it doesn't matter.
All right.
It doesn't matter for, like, the car, but I'm just saying it looks stupid.
Now tell me, the tread pattern's different, but is it, like, thicker or something to the point where you can notice it if you look at it?
Depends if you go crazy off-road style. It's not, if you get a winter tire, it's not going to be 2 inches thicker.
Yeah, but they're going to be knobbier. It's going to be different.
They're going to be
You're a
knobbier.
fucking knobby.
But again, you're not supposed to drive in the summer on winter tires anyway.
Yeah.
They're much softer when they're hotter. They can literally roll off the rim.
But then also, here's the thing. Now I'm thinking about it logically. If you had just 2 winter tires for the front, your winter tires would be getting half the wear that your rear tires are getting. So your rear wear would be uneven.
Yeah, but then when you put your summer tires on, you just rotate them.
Oh, that makes sense. I guess that works too. But then when you put the winter tires back on, no, never mind. Because that makes sense either way.
I will consult my father. See what he thinks.
What is he, fucking Darth Vader?
Technically, he owns the car.
But also, have you had...
fight him to the death.
But also, have you had a lot of issues in the winter with snow and ice and stuff?
I only ever had one issue of sliding, and that was the first time I ever.
What, are you going to argue with me on this now, too?
Alex drives. Have you ever seen Alex drive?
No, I haven't, actually. Alex has never driven me anywhere.
No.
In the city,
I'm a lazy
at least.
fuck, so
in
I make
the
you
city,
guys drive me
he's
up
approximately a fucking granny.
Alex.
What do you mean? I've never even really driven you anywhere.
You haven't driven me, but I've driven in front of you, and you drive to my apartment in the...
I drive slow on your street because it's tight.
That's 90% of our city.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true.
Fair enough. But your street is also a little tighter
I'm joking. I'm joking, but I'm just saying.
He drives.
You drive well. You just drive very slow on my street.
He drives like you drive in on your road lessons.
Yes, there you go. That's a good way to put it.
Because
but with a bit more swagger, you know, because on road lessons you're just like.
Well, because now he's got his sunglasses on. He's like,
no, because I lost the sunglasses. I don't.
You lost? Oh yeah,
wait,
you did. You did lose them.
I was gonna say you don't know about this. He lost them at my apartment.
Yeah. You didn't.
We caught him on video. No.
Damn.
I went the whole length.
Like I
of my
said, they were
street.
probably smashed into 1,000 pieces because they probably fell off.
I went the whole length of my street.
But yeah. So he drives like you would at your road lessons.
Yep.
Where they make you drive as you know. What you can do, there's 2 options now. You can do 10 and 2 and 9 and 3.
I don't drive like that, though. I don't drive with both hands on the wheel. So.
That figures. I usually have...
My dad used to give me shit for 9 and 3, and I was like, bro, this is a legal way to do it.
I used to
9
do that.
9 and 3 or 10 and 2 is your options now.
Yeah.
But I usually have my hand... I used to roll at the top of the wheel, but I go bottom of the wheel now.
Closer to the
I do bottom left and right hand on my gear shift.
I explained this.
When you just did that, your hand just went under the table, and I was like, oh, right hand on his nards.
So, well, here's the thing. I've explained this before.
Gotta hold the boys while I'm driving. Keep them safe.
I've explained this before to Jordan. And this was a thing in high school. Because I saw someone driving with both hands on the wheel. I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
Oh, was that? Yeah, that was Mr. Ford. Mercury is better than a Ford.
Yes. So, basically, I explained this. You one hand on the wheel. Doesn't matter which it is. You have one hand on the wheel, so you have your wheel hand and your nut hand. Your other hand is protecting the boys. So, even if you drive stick, you got to keep that going. You need to keep nut hand there as much as possible. Because otherwise, something can happen. You could have something could detonate, one of your pistons could fly off and arc directly into your sack.
I don't.
My right hand is my gonad.
I don't think your hand is gonna stop that.
That's fine.
Well, you can at least pretend, yeah.
So, you shift and then you put the nut hand back.
That's inefficient, though. Do you remember the other method that we had?
Oh yeah.
I think you're forgetting the real method that we had come up with.
What you do is you get 3 blocks. You get 3 blocks. You get one for your gas, one for your brake, one for your clutch. And you sit on the shifter. And you just make the gear changes with your body.
This is the first I've ever heard that.
You weren't there for this?
No.
Oh, this was in physics, I think.
I didn't take physics.
The shifter goes up your ass, and you use the blocks to use
navigate,
the pedals.
Yeah.
And to steer, you have your wheel hand and your free nut hand, and you do this.
What the fuck?
Now, the only thing we never thought of that maybe we can invent something for just to become rich and famous for people who do this is like if you want to eat or drink while you're driving,
2 more arms.
The bucket helmet, right? You'll have beer cans.
Oh
in it.
yeah, beer cans, of course.
And then maybe we can get like a neck brace, and there's just like a boiger.
A neck brace with an arm that holds a hamburger. It has 2. We put 2 C-clamps on it so you can tighten it to your food.
Oh, it's like the flip down trays that are on planes. And now we're very tired because of all the food.
That's the end of the episode, guys. Thanks for that's been our week in recap. So thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye now.
Bye.
About to head out.
Anyway,
that's not the end.
It's not the end. We have to make up some more BS content to talk about, such as. Did you hear what happened with CD Projekt Red?
Unfortunately, I did.
How about you, Alex?
Yeah, I heard.
Wow, they can't catch a break.
Nope.
For anyone who doesn't know, CD Projekt Red, was it a ransomware thing?
Ransomware.
They got hit with a ransomware thing, and they all the source code for Cyberpunk, Witcher 3, and Gwent.
Yes. Was taken and then sold for rumored $7 million on the black web.
I'm really surprised somebody bought that. Like, what are they?
What do you do with source code, arguably, besides just fucking give the game?
The game's already out there. What do you want? And to pay that much for something that
I would want to do is if I paid that much, like if I had that much fuck you money, I would buy it absolutely and just print it, every line of the source code. I would print it out on a piece of paper, and just put the stack of paper in a frame and hang it up.
If I had that much money to buy source code of a game, I'd buy source code of a working game.
And if well, what if it was the Witcher 3
source code
one
just says error in big letters?
Yeah,
Shit don't work.
Basically, I would have the Gwent, the Witcher 3, and the Cyberpunk source code all up, framed, the stacks of paper.
That'd be a big stack of fucking paper.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be like a whole wall.
People would go, hey, what are those stacks of paper you have framed? They go, oh, that's the entire source code for Witcher 3.
Yeah. Right? I just can't. They just can't catch a break, dude. Like,
no.
First they release a buggy game, then everyone hates them. They get sued to oblivion. Their stock drops. They get like the most day 1 downloads and the most day 2 refunds in history. And then the people are just like, you know what? I'm just gonna steal the game and fix it for you. Like,
yeah.
Like I want to know what this brings. Like something's gonna happen. Like
yeah, I really wonder who bought it.
Like I said, if they actually leaked or if they actually got the Cyberpunk source code out, like a full download or whatever, of it, the like weird nerds are gonna get on a hold of it and make that game bulletproof within hours.
Yeah.
The game is gonna be the most stable game.
It's gonna be like Doom Eternal. It's gonna be 144 map settings on like a 980.
Yeah. on like a 9800 GT.
You're gonna have ray tracing with a 980 or a 9800.
Play it through my
GT.
neighbor's toaster.
Yeah, that's just
you
fucking
can play
nuts,
it on your fucking your IBM 5150.
And maybe they'll make an iOS port of it too.
You can play it with your fucking Intel 8086. Not the 8086.
The original one.
The original 8086. That's like 3 megahertz.
Yeah.
Hey, that's not very far off gigahertz. I mean, it's only a factor of 1,000. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't know. It's almost like I kind of go to college for this and I don't even know it.
Yeah, you're like the smart engineer guy.
I say as I'm like wiping shit that's leaking out of my nose.
You got nose leak.
Yeah, dude, it's my brain liquefying out of my nose.
He had a misfire and now he's melting from the inside out. But
that thought always resides in the back of my mind.
What?
That can happen. Your brain fluid just leaks out through your nose.
Yeah. I think I remember reading a story of somebody that happened to it. They had like a constant runny nose. And turns out their brain was
So when I have like a really runny nose, I'm like, damn, what if my brain's leaking out?
What if I am just in the slow process of dying?
And then I'm like, well, I die, I die.
It what it is, baby.
It is what it is.
Just deal with it. But
yeah, just deal with the dying.
Yeah, just don't think about it. You'll be fine. It's like those fucking angels from like Doctor Who, where if you look at them, they follow you. If you just don't think about dying, you just won't die. Simple as that. This is
I don't think that's how that works, but all right.
It's just this is talking tips with Jordan. Yeah.
Did you know that it's entirely possible? I'm doing a Joe Rogan right now. It's entirely possible. A buddy of mine says it's entirely possible. No, so it actually is 100% possible to die from just giving up.
Really?
It takes a long time, and you have to like really give up. But your brain will just be like, okay, and turn off.
How do you even?
I wonder if there's a way to like.
I have no fucking idea.
How does that work?
Is there like another way?
Clue.
Is there like another way to start it or anything? Like, like what the fuck? Can you turn it back on? Like,
no.
You're just like you get home from college one day, right? And you have a bad test grade, and you're just like,
God damn.
And then you just slump
No,
over.
apparently
sleep.
it's like you could do it in as little as like a month. And your brain will just turn itself off because it feels that it has nothing left to live for.
It's kind of like the ultimate Chad moment. Like
I just willed myself into dying.
I've just willed myself out of existence.
Basically.
The only thing that would be a step ahead is if you just disintegrated afterwards.
Yeah, you turn yourself into like fucking flowers after.
Just fucking now you're just a bucket of atoms.
Today I think I will perish.
Oh,
just immediately become a skeleton, and then your bones melt into oil.
Oh my god.
Oh shit. Yeah. I think I'm gonna dedicate the rest of my life to attempting that.
I mean, if it only takes a month, that's not gonna be very long.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm gonna try to figure out how to go the next step and turn myself into oil. That's what I'm gonna do.
And then I'll put the oil in my truck for my next oil change.
Yeah, and then it'll still be a Synapse Misfire oil change.
You've got about 7,500 miles.
Well, I'm full synthetic, so we'll just go a little more, just because I'm a special type of synthetic, you know.
Well, no, I'm talking about you have 7,500 miles to die.
Oh, to die. Oh, okay.
Damn.
Because I put a high mileage synthetic in there. I'm convinced, right? The woman I bought the truck from, she said, I asked her, do you put synthetic in there? And she goes, no, always conventional. But in the back of the truck, there's half a quart of synthetic oil.
She probably didn't know.
Bitch, you're lying to me. I swear, I'm going to...
Her boyfriend might listen, boy.
I'm not going to say a word. I'm not going to say a word. If that's... He could probably beat the shit out of me, so that's a joke.
Chris is full backpedaling at this point.
Listen, boyfriend, if you're listening, just know he looked at me with the saddest, most scared expression when he said that's a joke.
He could easily mop the fucking floor with me. I may be big, but, like, I'm useless.
You know he plays rugby?
Oh, then even worse.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be in the fucking back of his F-350.
I'm not sure if you listen. You better fucking listen. Let me know if you listen, bitch. If you don't.
If you listen, you need to show up to our area, me and Alex, and confront us and say, hey, I listened to your show. And then just leave.
You mean Jordan?
No, me and Alex.
Your
Because
area.
we work in the same area.
He
doesn't work in the same area as us.
during the podcast.
No.
Yo, my brain is genuinely like dying right now.
Yeah, you're leaking again.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm not leaking no more.
We should just rename this the Coworkers Podcast.
Yeah.
We just bring our coworkers on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like fucking
I mean, there's
Batman
not many
over
more.
there. Fucking Batman over there.
There's not many more. How many fucking people work in that place?
I mean, if you talk
Let's
about the
bring
whole
every single
building,
person.
yeah.
Every Portuguese guy. You'll just hear a lot of, ugh. There's a whole bunch of, hey Joe, how do you feel about, fucking 10 people talking at the same time.
Half of them don't even speak English, so that's a problem.
Do be like that. So this is gonna be the bilingual coworkers podcast.
Except neither of them will know what either of them are saying.
One track. That's two separate tracks, and they're in different languages.
Both are confused,
and
as
neither
to what
of them understand each other.
That'd be a great TV show. Put two people in the same room that can't understand
each other.
Do
an improv show where you have to complete a scene, but neither of you don't speak each other's language.
Yeah.
So one person only speaks Spanish and one person only speaks English, and they don't understand each other.
What you do, right, is you have you have the lines. So let's say me and Alex are doing it, and there's lines for me and lines for Alex. I only know my lines. I don't know what he's saying, right? So it's not like I could read the script.
So I don't know how to react.
So I don't know how to react. So if I'm saying in English, "Hi, Alex," and he says something else in a different language, but it's more his line is to be more outgoing.
I'll be like, "Oh, my
Mine's
father just died today," and Jordan's like, "Yeah, I get it, yeah, dude, yeah,
Exactly.
Me too."
Same, dog, same.
Exactly. So that would be a good fucking show. And if we ever become rich, we're doing it. We're making that a show.
I'll fund that show. I don't care.
I would fund that show. Yeah.
There's a lot of things. If I was a billionaire, I'm talking Bezos rich. I had just a disgusting amount of money. I would just fund a bunch of dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I would just be I would just find random people and just be it would be cool if they made this movie, and I would take that idea and just fund it. I would throw a couple $1 million at it.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a good idea.
And see what happens.
It'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
I would also
It's the embodiment of chaos.
I would be chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
I would just be.
Oh, that sounds cool. Let's do it.
Yeah. I would what am I thinking of right now? I wouldn't have any fancy supercars or anything. I would just have a fleet of mid-80s pickup trucks.
Not even in good condition.
No, just really,
destroyed.
the shittier the better.
Yeah, and we'd still be putting manual lifts in it ourselves.
No, I actually really like that in trucks. 80s or older, the design, the square body design.
Yeah.
Especially when they have patina or rust. I love that shit. But I'm not gonna go seeking out rusty square bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, understandable.
Because now I'm going to be oh, that's nice rust. I like that. And then all of a sudden, the door is going to have a hole in it.
Yeah. Your car just falls apart.
This car just
completely disassembles itself like it was put together.
You just got a glory hole in the side of your vehicle.
Yeah.
Hey, that's practical use right there.
I suppose.
If it's rusty, I mean.
Have it under the bottom of the steering column as you're driving. he's raising and lowering the steering wheel.
Damn, shawty.
Attach a flashlight. Hey, we can do that. What was that flashlight thing we talked about in cars, right?
Built-in flashlight.
Yeah, let's add it to the steering column so you can just raise it and lower it.
Oh, that sounds safe.
There you go. Perfectly fine. Isn't there a friend of ours that did that while driving once? Like, raised and lowered the steering wheel the whole time?
This is a first for me. What?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Someone told me a story about one of our friends. I don't know if it's our friends or if it's just a friend of one of my friends. I'm trying not to use names.
My truck is the same way. My dad's old truck, it was a Chevy Silverado. It had the wheel that just tilts up and down, but it you could hold the lever and it was free flowing, so you could just do it and it go.
Yeah,
and
while
you
driving.
You were driving.
That's what a friend of mine did. I don't think it's from our friend group. I think it's from another one, but that's what they did. They used to drive their car like that.
Why?
With the wheel, the steering wheel completely unlocked.
Why would you ever do that?
I don't fucking know.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It is. Yeah.
You ever seen that picture of the guy? I guess he had a quick disconnect steering wheel, and he was at a red light holding his steering wheel out the window.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I do. That's fucking hysterical.
I also saw a guy,
meme.
Australian guy, an article that he got pulled over or something because he was, instead of a steering wheel, he had a set of vice grips he was using to steer.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that. Yeah. Hey, if it
It's
gets the job
ingenuity.
done.
If it works, it works.
Fucking Australian.
Until it doesn't.
It's better than like the butterfly wheel in the new Tesla.
Also,
I still want to drive that.
Another thing. Speaking of Teslas and steering wheels, I saw someone complaining that after they had their Tesla Model 3, Model X, I don't care, I don't really like Teslas, to be honest. I don't know if that was obvious from the way I talk about them. But they had it for a couple months, and the steering wheel was starting to separate from the actual column.
That's terrifying.
And and someone rushed to the defense of Tesla because no car brand has stands quite like Tesla.
Yeah.
It was like, oh no, it's supposed to do that, and someone replies, literally no car does that, and the guy replies, mine does it at least once a month.
Oh my god. What?
Someone get these people away from cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill someone.
Someone get them away. Even when I didn't know anything about cars, I'm like, oh, this steering wheel, the thing I use to move the vehicle, is coming off.
Yeah, that's normal.
It can't be good for it.
Yeah. Fucking people, dude.
If anything, when I didn't know anything about cars, I was hyper paranoid. Anytime I heard something off, I was like, I gotta do something about this now.
Yeah, that was like me with my car.
Yeah, basically.
So,
Yeah, fucking Tesla people. Imagine coming to defense with that. So, if I'm driving a brand new, 2021 car, and my wheel just falls off, that's a new feature. It's auto eject wheels in case you need to rotate your tires.
I'm gonna get.
In case you had a blowout and you need to just get rid of the tire.
If I had a Tesla and it did that, I would call Elon himself. I say, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Come on, what is this?
What the fuck? He's still off that Joe Rogan, dude. He's been smoking that Joe Rogan. It's been affecting him for months.
Yeah, apparently. Fucking guy.
Jesus, what was in that blunt then?
He had the Joe Rogan special. Did you hear about the Gorilla Glue woman?
I have not.
Yes. Oh my
Holy
god.
shit,
Do you want to talk about that?
Fucking smooth-brained human being.
Yes.
So this woman, because I remember seeing this video and I thought it was fake at first, but apparently it's 100% real.
Mm-hmm.
She made a video. She said she ran out of hairspray.
It's like some type of hair glue thing.
She used
like gel or something.
It's like a spray that keeps your hair
stiff.
Yeah, it's like a glue.
Like a hairspray, just
to
keep it all in place. And she used spray-on Gorilla Glue.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
I didn't know it was a thing until this. I mean, I could use it as a product. It's probably nice.
That's probably nice.
No, it worked real good for her.
And so she put Gorilla Glue in her hair. She sprayed Gorilla Glue in her hair. And she made a video and was like, I keep washing my hair, and because I put Gorilla Glue in it. I keep washing my hair, and it's not coming out. It doesn't move anymore.
Her hair was like a fucking bowling ball.
Yeah, yeah.
Her fingers skated over her hair.
Yeah, she taps her nails on her head. So it sounded like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, did not sound good.
Yeah, it's like a thud. It's like...
Mm-hmm. And
what a moron.
Even better, that video only came out a month after she had put that in.
Yeah.
She waited a month.
Not only is this interesting because this was her thought process. Oh, I don't have any hairspray. Instead of just, I just won't use hairspray today. Oh, I'm gonna put fucking Gorilla Glue in my hair.
Yeah.
The worst part about it is now she's trying to sue Gorilla Glue, the company, because it doesn't say on the can not to use it in your hair.
And she also got a bunch of money from Kickstarter or GoFundMe or something to get treatment. No, fuck you. You deal with it yourself, you dumbass.
Treatment
you put
for
super
what?
glue in your hair because they need to. Nobody knows how to get it out.
They had
Doctors
They
don't
can't
know
just
what to
shave
do.
her fucking.
No, I
neck.
actually did the
Mm-hmm.
research. Apparently, she got the glue out of her hair.
Mm-hmm.
She got it chemically treated.
Yeah, that's the only way you're like.
Because
she was trying to save her hair.
Yeah. So she was
I
trying
was gonna
to
say
save.
you couldn't
There's
just
no
fucking
saving.
straight razor and shave your head.
She was trying to
Like,
save
no
her
saving
hair or
it.
whatever, but also she was like, I need to get this, apart.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the guy who was like a surgeon and like a chemist, they like teamed up together because he was like, anything can be broken down in some way. So he had to like put harsh chemicals on her head and the doctor also had to do treatments so that her scalp wouldn't shave right off her head.
Yeah. So I didn't know what her hairstyle was. It's to her head.
Yeah.
It's not like an afro. I was picturing like an afro when you said bowling ball that she got it shaved. No,
That's
this
why I
is
said
to
bowling
her
ball
head.
because it's like flat.
Yeah. So
It's bad.
I am just baffled that there's grown fucking adults. This is a grown woman. Grown adults that are like,
Probably older than us.
I'm gonna
definitely.
put Gorilla Glue in my hair because I'm out of hairspray.
That's like tarring yourself.
I'll say this. I've done some, like, I consider myself like not very intelligent. I'm not outstandingly intelligent, and I've done some like dumb shit before, right? But never in my brain was like, did I think, I'm gonna put industrial strength adhesive on my head.
Yeah, can't say I've done that either.
Yeah, I haven't had the pleasure.
Like, how fucking stupid can you be?
They should have been like, yeah, we'll treat her, and then they should have lobotomized her
At the end of the
immediately.
day, right?
Sword to the neck.
She was complaining that it didn't say not to use it on hair, but it also says avoid contact with skin and eyes.
It also doesn't say to use it on your hair.
What the fuck? What is your hair attached to? Oh, your skin? Huh.
And
if I can't get it on my skin, maybe I shouldn't put it on my hair.
And it's also
either.
right near your eyes too.
Yeah.
Little ways, well, in her case, probably like 5 inches.
I just can't even imagine that. What that must feel like.
I mean, she probably was like the rhino. She could have just rammed into a wall head first, and it would just knocked the wall down.
She just went straight fucking through.
Yeah. Fucking Kool-Aid Man, but with her bowling ball ass head.
I genuinely can't believe that's a real thing. Because I saw it, and I'm like, that's pretty funny. I wonder what she actually did to her hair. Oh, that's real.
I guess that's where the saying of stupidity knows no bounds comes from.
Yeah,
because it really doesn't.
If you make something idiot-proof, the world makes a better idiot. So. God damn, what a fucking moron. Yeah. I'm not even like...
I have no remorse.
I'm not even joking. Like, I'm not even being facetious or joking. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's really no better way to put it. Just a straight up... Just a moron. Like an absolute imbecile. Like...
That's a straight up room temperature IQ play. Like, not even room temperature.
Like Antarctica room temperature.
Like room temperature in Celsius.
/ Antarctica.
Room temperature in Antarctica would be the same as room temperature here.
Not really.
Because the room it's climate controlled.
Well, I'm not thinking of a fucking climate controlled room.
What are you thinking of, a fucking igloo?
Just an isolated room. Like outside, it's like 20 degrees. What is it in here if you don't have the heat on? It's not 20 degrees.
Yeah, but what fucking place doesn't have the heat on?
That's what I'm thinking of, though, Chris, when you say room temperature.
When I say room temperature, it's generally accepted that it's like between 68 and 72.
Well, it's not what I was thinking. I was thinking the actual room temperature.
Maybe you're the idiot. Maybe I'm the idiot. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm starting to think we're both idiots.
You're just starting to think right now?
Yes,
well, we are idiots, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, speaking of idiots and fanboys, like you said with Tesla, how about Apple's new VR headset with dual 8K displays?
They're doing that. I have seen literally nothing about this. I read this on the notes, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so there's apparently a leak where...
It's the first I've heard of this.
They're having a rumored $3,000 virtual reality headset with
More than
two
my fucking computer
8K displays and over a dozen cameras on it.
The way I see that is, like, right, how big are those displays? They're not much bigger than, what, a few inches across?
That's kind of like the blueprint for them.
How much is 8K going to give you with a display that's only that big?
I mean, the Quest 2 is just about 4K, and it's very nice.
4K per display? Or...
Yeah.
But
and it's super nice, so you don't need 8K. You really don't.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to see an 8K display.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2K, by the way.
Yeah, so
2K.
it's 2K per
eye.
Okay, so maybe 4K would see a difference. To 8K, though? I don't know.
Dude, there ain't even, like, good fucking affordable TVs that are 8K.
No, because nobody wants that. There's no reason to make it.
I can guarantee you, this was this like a leak? Or was this something they revealed?
This was like this wasn't officially revealed, no. This was like a leak / rumor.
I was just saying, because if they reveal this, it's another fucking, like, stunt. You know how they did the Apple Pro display stand?
Yeah.
That was $1,000 for the stand.
God.
It was a stunt to get people talking about Apple.
And their new innovations and stuff, yeah.
And free money forever, but actually bought it.
Yeah, true. If you did buy it.
Yeah, I was legitimately, if you bought the Pro Display stand, the Pro Display I heard was fairly good for its price range.
Yeah, for comparative.
Like, comparative displays cost like $20,000.
Except if you need it fixed.
Well, then you just buy a new one.
Yeah.
So, you know, comparatively, the display itself was really good. However, if you bought the stand with the display, if you spent $1,000 of your money on the stand, you should be euthanized.
Yeah, why not?
They should just make a small incision in your brain to remove it.
I still can't believe they had the audacity to do that. And there wasn't even like that big of an uproar. It was memes for maybe like a month or two, and then that was it.
Well, it's because the same people who would buy the $1,000 stand would use Gorilla Glue without hairspray.
Fair enough.
You know?
They were the fucking ones who ate Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
I mean, haven't we all?
Yeah, sometimes.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Once in a blue moon, I does it.
Once in a blue moon. Gorilla Glue. My favorite snack. Chris, I heard your favorite snack is fucking honey buns, though.
Holy shit, yeah.
Oh my god, I'm with you, though. They're good.
Fucking, at work, apparently this is like a concept that a lot of workplaces have that I've always worked in shitty workplaces, I guess.
Yeah, before I started there, I wasn't aware of this either.
So, again, didn't you do like service industry stuff? You worked at like a place, like for food service. This was a foreign concept to me, but they have like a little cafeteria and like a little, I want to say commissary, but that's like a sort associated with prison. But that's like, they have like a little marketplace, I guess you could call it.
It's what it's literally called.
With like snacks and sandwiches and shit and drinks and whatever. And it's easy because I don't want to leave to get lunch. I just like go there and I get a drink and some junk food. And they have on the bottom shelf, tucked away, they have these giant iced honey buns with like frosting on them. And they're just massive. The things weigh like probably half a pound.
They're a whole meal in and of itself.
Yes. Yeah. So I've eaten like probably 5 of them in the last week.
Yeah. And how about the serving size to the sugar content that you were telling me about?
So the whole thing, the serving that they tell you is 1 serving is 1/3 of the honey bun. But the whole thing is like 700 calories or something. And has like 90% of your daily sugar in it.
Literally a meal.
And like 90% of your daily fat in it as well.
Yeah.
So everything, you go to a doctor and they're like, here's the things you should limit in your diet. And they just went huh, that's cool, and they cranked those up to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we're like, that's our new product.
That's our new product, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
They're so good. I used to eat iced honey buns all the time. Then they made me nauseous, and I was like, I'm done.
Well, because it always kind of sits in your stomach. It stews for a little while. You take it, and you eat it, and you're like...
reacts.
you have to... Your stomach legitimately, it goes down, and it goes... Holy fuck! And it has to digest.
It's like post-nut clarity, dude. It's like post-nut clarity, but instead it's post-honey bun.
You just like kind of get sick to your stomach for a little while, but then you're like, that was worth it.
Yeah. But while you're digesting, you're like, oh, this was not worth it.
Oh no!
And then it's gone, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get another one.
Basically, but yeah, I had noticed you eating them over the past like week. Or like 2 weeks, and then I'm looking at the notes, and I saw you added it, and I'm like, oh, this is a real addiction.
This is like a real thing. I've eaten too many more than any human should consume of those.
Yeah. There was a convenience store down the street of my old house where you could get them in a 2-pack. They weren't as big as the ones you get.
Oh,
there,
I was gonna say 2 of them.
But they were like about that big.
Talking.
How does that look? Is that like?
I mean, that's
bigger.
Kind of close. They're bigger than that.
Yeah, so there's 2 of those like that size.
But like, I feel like one of those is almost too much food. But I'm not gonna eat 3/4 of it and then throw the rest away.
Yeah.
I'm not an asshole. But 2 of those, like, even if they were slightly smaller, and
that's
2 of them, I'm like, oh man, I would just die.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't like it, but I'd still eat it.
I would enjoy it a lot in the moment, but afterwards I just.
Well, I feel like once you start to get like 3/4 of the way through the second one, you've already known you've gone too far. But there's no turning
back.
Because the first
you
one,
gotta finish it.
The first one has had time to sit.
Yes.
So by the time you're 3/4 of the way through the second one, you're like, oh
It's
no.
like
by the time it's sit, your brain starts talking to its into the stomach, and it's like, what did I just do to myself?
Oh, no.
it's like your stomach gets done working on this. It's like sweating. It's like, ooh, that was tough.
And
then
then
the
more
second one
comes down.
and it's just sitting there, and it's like, fuck. It's like it's like in The Witcher.
I can't believe you've done this.
Have you ever seen? Yeah, have you ever seen like a chemical reaction, like a very explosive chemical reaction? That's what it's like.
Stomach.
That's what your stomach
It's like
does.
an atom bomb going wrong.
like you eat it. I've never had a food item that I've eaten and like every time I eat it, I get an upset stomach and I'm like, I can't stop eating these. Like usually when I eat something and I'm like, oh man, that really kind of fucked me up, I don't eat it anymore.
Yeah.
Like I bought these extra spicy Jack Link's beef sticks once, and I ate them, and they gave me they gave me the meanest shits.
Yeah.
Like I was just on the toilet, just like, ah!
I ate one time, right? My cousin and I.
And I just never ate them again.
We bought 10 Slim Jims, the full size ones.
Oh my god!
And I ate like about 5 or 6 of them. And then I was home from school the next day just shitting my brains out.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I haven't eaten Slim Jims since.
I've eaten so many Slim Jims that my body's built up a tolerance
for artificial beef.
For just dried beef product. Yeah. Like they can't even legally call it beef, just like beef product, because it's 20%
part of the cow.
20% beef, 80% salt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically. But yeah. That's the Slim Jim story and the Jack Links and the fucking honey buns,
dude. They also have a bunch
sugar,
of
though. It's really the sugar.
Oh yeah.
Why you keep going back?
They have a bunch of funny stuff there. They have like little 2-packs of tiny salami sticks.
Yeah.
The pickle bags.
The pickle bags.
Pickle bag. Yes.
They have bags of pickles or like bags of hard-boiled eggs.
The first time I brought you there, you saw the bad pickle, and that was like the best shit.
Yeah, you showed me that, and I was
though.
like, I legitimately have bought them multiple times because I think it's funny to walk back to the room and go pickle bag.
And then our coworker spills it all over himself.
Yeah, he did do that. He did do that.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
He also bought one of the 2-packs of hard-boiled eggs and shoved them in his cheeks like a chipmunk.
Because we told him to.
Because we said, oh, it'd be funny.
And then he did it. And it was funny.
And he did it, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, yeah. Sounds like a real lot of work gets done in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're real busy. Shoving eggs down our gullets.
A lot of work does get done, though.
Yeah.
So I stretched 240 volts at work. we have to have a transformer because we have to test things at both voltages, 120 and 240. We have this transformer that steps it up in the context, like you screw it in because it's meant to be like in something, like in a machine.
Yeah, it's specifically designed for a machine.
And so they don't bother like insulating the contacts or anything.
Yeah, that's supposed to be isolated.
You screw it together. And I plugged it in so I could test my thing, and I grabbed it and I put 240 across my hand. I grabbed it from the top because I wasn't thinking.
And that shit hurted?
That shit hurted.
Yeah, I'm glad to say I haven't done that yet. I don't hold it to, myself to not accidentally do it at some point, but...
I still remember when I was in training, and mid-conversation with our boss, because he was the one training me, I had one of the things we fits in my hand, and all 8 pins, 8 pins or 4 pins on the transformer?
8.
8 were in my hand, and I didn't even realize. Probably 1 or 2 obviously wasn't like making contact because hand is rounded, but and mid-conversation I'm like, oh yeah. I hit the power button, and I just went just mid-conversation. He had no idea. I asked him about it months later, and he was like, oh, no, I don't remember that. And I'm like, yes, I'd fucked myself up in front of you.
That would have been so funny.
Literally, dude, my whole body spasmed for a second because I was just holding it, and I hit the button and it just went like that. It was mid-conversation, and he had no idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you almost let me die, man.
Moral of the story. Don't grab contacts of transformers.
Mm-hmm.
Not a good idea. No. Yeah. I had a similar situation.
Especially if it's a microwave transformer.
Yeah, that will kill you in a quarter of a second.
Yeah. I just zapped with 24 volts a couple months back, and even that was like I was holding it for a second and not even realizing it, and then that started to burn, and I'm like, oh man. Yeah. Imagine if I got hit with that 416 though.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'm fucking nuts.
One thing I've noticed with the electrical shocks is it's also not just a factor of like power; it's also surface area. Like I've been hit by 120 over like my arm, and it doesn't. It's like, oh, that felt a little bad. Or I put my finger across a 120 volt fuse, and that hurt more.
Well, that's why I think it was especially bad because the 2 contacts are so close together, and it just went
through like an inch. Same thing with me.
Not
with the
even.
Fuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a focused energy. Yeah.
So I think it was probably worse.
Yeah. So that shit do be the tough part because like that shit can fuck you up.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah. So Chris, remember when we talked about? I think it was last episode. You mentioned I was like your supervisor or whatever. I was supposed to watch over you.
You're like my handler.
Yeah. So maybe that is the strategy with the 2 clips with 220 to sit you down, just stick it to your nipples while you're freaking out or something.
Yeah.
So it's
electroshock therapy.
Basically, so Chris is like freaking out. He's like, "This damn thing." I'm like, "Hey, calm down." And he starts getting violent, right? So I whip out 240.
Yeah, and I just grab him and shock him right in the temples.
I just slam it into his earlobes and just fuck him up. There you go.
As I do. I often get violently angry.
Yeah, like with that lug nut.
I often get
oil lug.
That one I was actually mad.
Oh yeah,
like not even joking mad.
Or with the wire at work.
I can tell Chris is mad when I go, do you need help? And he's just silent. And I was just like, okay, I'll just step over here. I'm just gonna step over here for now.
Get out of the impact zone.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, there is a tell where like I go from like the smile on my face will fade, and I'll just be like motherfucker, and I'll just like try to do things.
Yeah.
And if I ever start talking through gritted teeth,
Yeah. That's like how you said I have the tell of like if I'm mad or like taking something serious or just like fucking around. It's like that's your tell. Whenever it's gritted teeth or if we're spoken to and then you're silent, I'm just like, okay, just gonna step on over here out of the danger zone before I get yanked out from underneath, gets dragged.
Because the thing is, when I get angry like that, my brain shuts everything else out. So you could be like, no, this is your problem. This is what you should be doing. No, I just won't.
Yeah, I'll explain it like 6 times and then be like, hey, Chris. And then he's like, what? I'm like, you didn't hear me? Do this.
What you possibly want is I have a breaker bar in my hand. I'm like, this is,
you know why they
call this a breaker bar? Because I'm going to be breakering your shins.
It's, like I said, I'd walk away. I'm like, geez, that guy's fucking angry. He just grabs me from underneath the car, drags me
like a monster under your bed.
Basically.
A big gorilla hand comes over, just
pulls you through.
Fucking yanks me right underneath the car. Starts using my corpse as a breaker bar.
My Your spinal mouth to cord. Hold the bolts. He's just holding you by the legs.
He's fucking using my spinal cord as a breaker bar. Oh shit. So Chris, I think there's one last thing. I think it's one last thing we should talk about.
Okay.
Saying farewell. As we say farewell to the audience, maybe we should say farewell to the Jeep.
Yeah.
I noticed it wasn't there.
Well, it's a little late for farewell. It's already fucking gone. So,
well,
my Jeep, my very first vehicle, my very first sports utility vehicle. For a while when I first got my license, I drove my dad's truck, and then I got a 2002 Jeep Liberty. And I spent like $1,000 on it, and I drove that until I got my car, my Hyundai. I drove that a lot, and I was like, man, this, when I got my car, it just kind of sat. And it was in my driveway, and I was like, oh, I'm going to do something with it eventually. And I started to work on it, and I got it running again. And then I was like, this isn't worth my time. It's got 225,000 miles. And
you ever fix that radiator fan issue that we worked on?
I did.
You did? And
I
was
did,
that the
actually.
issue?
It was the relay.
That's what I thought.
Nice. So because what had happened is the radiator fan would always be on, and the relay was just stuck closed.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
So I replaced the relay. So I did a couple things to that Jeep, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this on the road again. I think.
We wanted to do like off-roading and shit.
Yeah, we wanted to do cool stuff.
But it's like
throw it off a cliff.
So much fucking work.
We do cool stuff with it, but Liberty isn't really a capable off-roader, and I would have to fix the
broken drive shaft.
And we don't have time.
Because eventually what actually happened was the 4-wheel drive broke. I engaged it, and it just, my drive shaft, the front drive shaft snapped when I engaged 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, that's not good.
And I was like, oh, it's probably just the drive shaft. But apparently, if that happens, it's a very good chance that it's like it can be the transfer case too, but it can also just be like the way it engages into your front diff. It just, the actual gearing that engaged with it just isn't moving.
And just ceased.
And I'm not really interested in spending $1,000 on rebuilding a diff on my Jeep that was only worth about $1,000. So I sold it. My dad, he put it on Facebook Marketplace, and within like 2 hours it was gone.
Zuck must have came by and picked it up.
Guy gave me $400 for it.
That's not bad considering you paid $1,000 like 4 years ago for that thing.
Yeah. I got $1,000 when I was. How old was I?
17.
Was I 17?
Yeah.
Damn, it was only like 2.5 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Shit. Feels like a while, huh?
Feels like 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been senior year of high school?
2.5, yeah.
It was right before my senior year.
Yeah.
More like 3.
Yeah.
Damn.
We're old. Just kidding.
Yeah.
So it was my first vehicular vehicle.
Your vehicular vehicle.
Yes.
As opposed to.
There's a go-kart that's in the shed over there.
But I guess you could also say that's a vehicular vehicle.
Yeah.
I guess.
A motorcycular vehicle.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
That's it. No, now we gotta get rid of the Volkswagen. It's been sitting on my lawn for a while.
Yeah. Am I ever gonna get to drive that?
Nah.
Aw.
It's stuck in the snow.
Is it actually stuck?
Yeah.
So we gotta wait for it to be summer.
And I'm not gonna take it and fucking use my truck to drag it out of the snow just so I can. Yeah. Just so I can have my idiot friend destroy the clutch.
Seems more work than it's worth.
Hey, am I the idiot friend you're talking of when you said idiot?
Nah, different one.
Oh.
Different guy.
That was a reference to the video we made today.
Different guy called Jordan. Different guy called
Jordan.
He's called Jordan, and he drives a blue.
Ford.
He drives a blue Ford Fusion. With manual windows and locks.
Shut up. Now you have fucking manual windows in your truck, bitch.
No, the windows still work. The locks don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The locks, yeah.
It was already iffy. It always...
Now it brokey.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we ripped the door apart, now it officially doesn't work. But my power door locks on my truck are like super iffy, and they never really worked properly to begin with. And then we ripped the doors apart to put the speakers in, and now they just 100% don't work.
Yep.
So
And your driver's side window is fucked.
Yeah, but that one was also
Iffy.
a bit iffy.
You know,
So there is like probably some kind of electrical gremlin in the truck itself, and I just couldn't be bothered to fix it.
I wonder if it's rather than the switch or the harness, the actual mechanism that got messed up when we took the panel off.
Fair point.
Could be.
Is it one of those things that have like the little piece that goes up and down on the...
Yeah, but we'd hear the motor too.
What?
We would hear the motor of the window.
Something we can look at someday. Eventually, probably not.
Eventually, if I care enough, to be honest.
But yeah, we had an eventful day.
You know what
Five
I mean?
Guys seems to be settling in on Chris
It'd be
right
hitting though.
Yeah.
It's hitting a little different. He almost dropped his phone again.
Mm-hmm.
I caught it though.
But I think that's it for today, Chris.
I think
Alex,
that's it.
John, sign us out.
Yeah.
Come on, make some noise. There you go. That was a good one.
He's just mad because I'm holding him. Say something funny. Okay. I'll let you go now.
I mean, we still have
We
like
only
half an
talked
hour.
about like two of our topics.
Do you want to talk about more? Because we're only at 126.
We're only at 126, but I think we're going to end this. We are going to focus more on the topics in the next episode, I think. Just because there is some other things I want to talk about.
Like our shifting method.
I look over and he's just like this.
Anyway,
So-
sorry.
I think next episode is going to be more topic-based just because there is some things I want to talk about that I think
Yeah,
we
for sure.
didn't get to touch on this episode.
Faux shout it.
Alex
Don't
should be
ever say
here.
that again.
Alex is going to be here for the next episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you like this episode, do all the normal YouTube stuff.
And
And
if you remember from earlier, you can now find us on more platforms, motherfucker.
yeah, dude, you can you can follow us on Spotify. I don't know how any of the other platforms work.
It's mostly just that subscriptions or follows. So same
So,
shit.
do
Search us
whatever.
up, the Synapse Misfire Podcast, and we will be there. We also have our new RSS. Don't forget to update it if you listen on another app, because this, I believe, will be the last episode I'm uploading to the old RSS.
And then they will be merged.
And then they will be merged. So if you're listening on like a third-party app that we aren't currently on, that old RSS is going to be inactive after this episode. So just update it with the new one, and you will be Gucci.
All right. So that's it for this one.
Yep. Alex, say goodbye for the next. So if you don't know how this works, we take a 5-minute break and then we pretend like it's been days. So.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll see you guys in 1 week. For us, it'll be 5 minutes.
Basically.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye. Can both of you guys get the fuck out of here?
No. This is my house now.